Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. I am glad that you are here with me today as we look into the reading for insights on love. Please know that whenever you have clicked on this video and have chosen to watch or listen to the information, that it is timeless, so it is meant for you at that point in your journey. If there are messages that come through the reading that you do not connect with or does not connect with your situation at this time, please feel free to let that information go. If there is information that comes through the reading that you do resonate or connect with, I would encourage you to keep your heart and mind open to that information and to continue to process that information after the video has been completed. Before we get started, I would encourage you to take a few deep breaths. And as you inhale and exhale, focus on letting go anything that is heavy on your mind at this time so that you may be open to hear and focus. As you inhale and exhale, let go of any tension or tightness that you may be feeling throughout your body or in a particular area of your body. And as you are breathing, you can ask Source, Higher Power, Universe, if there are any signs or symbols for you to see and receive throughout the reading. And if you have presented a question prior to listening to the video, you can ask that your heart and mind would be open to hearing. And let's begin. I'm using several different card decks. If you're interested in the information, it is in the description box below. So we're going to start with our tarot cards. Our first is King of Pentacles, Trust. Queen of Cups, Sensitivity. Three of Cups, Reunion. Death, number 13, Transformation. Two of Swords, Crossroads. And number 9, the Hermit, Contemplation. So when we look at the King of Pentacles in the realm of insight for love, definitely on the card it says trust. So what I am hearing is that aspect. Are you in a relationship where you need to open your mind and your heart more to trust? Are you questioning if it is time to trust? Is there something that you are not trusting that maybe you need to gain more knowledge or information about? The kings are definitely in the suit of tarot are those of insight, wisdom, action. So this card too could be encouraging you to do that if you do have questions about trust in the area of love, whether it is romantic or platonic. It could be something that you need to gain more wisdom on. When I see this card as well, when I think of the King of Pentacles, it is that loyal peace. It is that stability, peace in a relationship. So it could be encouraging you to, if you are in a relationship with someone or beginning to date someone that has those characteristics of dependability, being stable in their career, their finances, and being loyal, this card could indicate that that is something you may want to pursue, that it could be a good fit for you. I see in the background the two turtles as well. One on the right and left of the king. Hopefully it's coming through for you. Also, when I think of this in the realm of love, that piece of commitment and protectiveness, when you think of the kings, they were given the responsibility of protecting their realm. So this is definitely coming through that. Is there a friendship that you need to protect? Are there aspects that you could provide to the relationship to allow it to be more stable, more dependable? Going back to that trust piece, when what I'm hearing again on the other side of loyal is if you are questioning somebody's loyalty to you, that could be something as well to look into. When I see that pentacle shining, the king is looking at it, that gaining wisdom, using our third eye, our insight, our, for that gut feeling, for a lack of a better word as well. If something's tugging at you, this card here could be encouraging you to look into that further. Next, we have the Queen of Cups, and on this card for this deck, it says sensitivity. So what is definitely jumping out to me is, does your relationship, your work situation need you to be more sensitive? Is it calling you to give and provide more compassion? Are you emotionally distant is what I'm sensing as well. It could be that you are in a relationship, romantic or platonic, that is one of compassion, is one of an emotional stability, is one that allows nurturing of both individuals. And this here could be confirming that that is healthy for you. It is healthy for the other individual. Also, when I think of the Queen of Cups, cups in and of themselves represent that love, that healing, that connection piece, union. So this card does represent love. If you're questioning whether this individual is someone for you to begin to grow and open your heart to love, this card could be indicating that as well. I see the two dolphins in the background, dolphins representing connection, friendship. So there's two of them as kind of an affirmation or confirmation of what's coming through the card as well on here. Next, we have the Three of Cups. And on this card, it says reunion. So maybe you are in a long distance relationship, and this card is indicating that you may be seeing that individual soon. There is a dolphin again in the background there, showing that connection, that friendship, that, when I think of a dolphin as well, that playfulness. They are a very intelligent animal as well. So when I think of that dolphin, does your relationship kind of need a little bit of fun? Does it need a little bit more flirtation if it's in a romantic realm or place in that relationship? Does it need more of a foundation of friendship first before you jump in, before you open your heart to love? I'm definitely sensing that as well. There's the light coming down through the ocean, from the sky through the ocean, shining on that dolphin, on the Three of Cups. So it could be, and there's two cups on this card as I see it, that is the foundation. So developing that friendship, that foundation, before it begins to connect more into a unit, into one. Next, we have death, and its transformation is the main message in this deck, this tarot deck for this card. So it could be right now that you've clicked on this and you are at the end of a friendship or a relationship, and you are in that process of change, of letting go, of moving through that pain. I see sharks as well. There's several. There's one faded in the background, one's clear by the boat, and one's in the front of the ship that has sunk. So again, has something in your relationship, in your love relationships, sunk? Is it coming to that end? Or maybe you are in a relationship where you understand it needs to end. Maybe it's toxic. Maybe it hasn't reached that level, but there's aspects that just aren't healthy. I see the shark circling, swimming. Maybe you've known this for a while, but you are afraid or fearful of stepping away, of disconnecting from that. This card here, definitely with the meaning, the statement of transformation, this card here is calling you to consider that it is time to let go and begin anew, to transform, allow that new beginning. What I'm sensing too with the movement of the colorful fish, the coral, the seaweed, the plants is, that thought of what will be, will be. The sun is shining down, so there's opportunity for hope, for newness, for positivity to come out of this. And being willing to accept that there are things that begin in our life and there are things that come to an end. So again, just that ebb and flow of the ocean, I think of, and this came through in a recent reading as well, the tide coming in and out. We can't force it to stop. We can't control it. So in life, there is going to be movement forward and things that set us back for a little bit. Pain, grief, difficulty, disconnect. While we disconnect and we find what's healthier for us. So this card here, definitely those messages very strongly are coming through on that card. So if it's speaking to you, take what does, what doesn't, feel free to filter and let go of. Next we have the Two of Swords. These cards are sticking to the table tonight. Interesting. Wondering if yes, there's a shark on this card, and there's Two of Swords, or two swords obviously, that are crossed. And as I'm looking more of the imagery, the word down at the bottom says crossroads. So this card was getting stuck on the table for a reason, friends. So interesting that it's right after death, that transformation piece, and the very firm message that came through. Are you at a crossroads? Do you know that you need to make a decision, make a choice, whether it is to end the relationship, disconnect, if it's for your betterment, but you fear that. For me, I see those swords crossed. I see that shark circling. What I'm receiving is it's time before there is more harm to your emotional and mental health. And you know what that speaks to. And specifically with those swords being crossed is, again, or do you have doubt? Is there indecision? I see as well just the swords themselves represent justice as well, a need to attend to something, action. So do you need to take a look again, kind of going back to that King of Pentacles? This message is coming through on this card as well. Is there a message or something that you doubt, you don't trust, something that's confusing in this relationship? Again, friendship, romantic, platonic, work, that needs a closer look, that you need to gain that information that maybe you're afraid of finding out. And this card here is definitely encouraging that. Again, encouraging if you are at that crossroads, a decision needs to be made. What is for your higher good, your best good? Next, we have the Hermit, number 9, and on here it says contemplation. There's jellyfish as well on this card. So what I am sensing, two sides of the jellyfish. When we watch them from a distance or in a aquarium setting, they can be very calming and very peaceful. So if you are in a relationship that provides that, this card here is supporting that. On the other side of a jellyfish, they can sting, and their sting is very painful. So are you in a relationship that is inflicting pain, is inflicting wounds, not necessarily physical? If it's physical, absolutely protect yourself and find assistance. This, what's coming through here, is definitely that more emotional and mental. So if that relationship that you're in is causing that, it's right behind this Two of Swords. There is a need for action. Also with the Hermit, what is coming through kind of goes again with Crossroads, with that trust piece. Is there something that you need to be mindful of? Something in the relationship of love that you have been pushing aside, whether it's your personal healing, whether it is, again, a decision that needs to be made that you need to contemplate. This card here is encouraging that. Do you need to seek wisdom about this relationship? Or are you ready to even pursue a relationship with someone? This could also be indicated here. Is there a sense of, again, that kind of that sting of a jellyfish, being overwhelmed in this relationship? There is a need to disconnect, to make a decision. When I think of the Hermit as well, is there a need for you and this individual, your partner, even if you're early on in dating, just to take some time to be together, to step outside of the busyness of life, to kind of go back to that dolphin, fun, sharing activities that you truly enjoy together, that make you laugh, that bring you happiness. This card here could be indicating that as well. Next, we have some oracle cards. This one here is 56, and when we narrow that down, it becomes an 11, which then can be 2. What I'm receiving in this card is definitely 11. Hopefully that will be explained. But this is vulnerability. And on this card, there are dragons, lilies, water flowers, shells, ocean, rain, dragonfly, triangles, lots of imagery. I'll hold it up again so that you can see it. So when I think of vulnerability, it really is that willingness to have an open heart, to receive information from others. If you connect and are open to hearing from them, really that piece. There's also crystals. What's coming through when I think of crystals is the healing of past wounds, healing of whether it's our physical body as well. Are we in our best state as much as we can be to be healthy in a relationship, to give and receive in a relationship? Maybe you are wondering if it's time to get back into the dating realm. And if this card is really reaching you, it could be that there is something still to take a look at, to be mindful of, that may need to be addressed before stepping into that dating realm. What I sense too with this dragon is there a need for you in your relationship, and those crystals as well being right touching the dragon? Is there a need to take off your armor? I see, some of the triangles are like that, scales, that's I'm sensing. So have you been in that self-preservation mode for so long? Have you protected and guarded your heart? And there is, in my opinion, nothing wrong with doing that to a certain level. We can really go overboard where we just keep our heart shut off to the world, to others, which in the end isn't healthy with us. But what I'm receiving is it's okay to a certain point to protect our heart. But when it's safe, when it's healthy, when we feel this other person is a fit for us, whether it's even a friendship, but it's safe to allow our heart to begin to open again, or open for maybe even for the first time, I'm definitely receiving, do we need to shed that armor, that protective armor that we've held on to for so long? And is there a piece to also kind of on the other side of that, to accept ourselves, accept who we are, and be vulnerable to say to ourselves, I like you. I like who you are at this point. If you cannot at this point begin to say that, then that is an indicator where there needs to be choices, where there needs to be action, where there may need to be transformation of our heart, our mind, our thinking, walking through our pain, addressing our pain or past hurts, again, is coming through with this card as well. Next, we have harmonic flight, which is a 29, and that goes down to 11, so that makes sense. So if you have presented a question of twin flames, if you adhere to or understand twin flames, or you have that as your belief or practices, there is 1111, friends. If you are one for numbers, I often see 1111 on the clock. So 1111 is here. And in tarot, it can indicate twin flames. So that's interesting that there was an 11, but I wasn't sure, but now it definitely is confirmed. So harmonic flight, this is a beautiful card. What's jumping out is that infinity symbol. There's the two individuals here. What I'm receiving is that yin and yang, just that fluid movement in a relationship, healthy. The sun, it's reaching up to the sun. There's just that harmony and connection, deep connection. You can see that they are connecting, their eyes are connecting on a deeper level. So it's not a surface connection. It's definitely a relationship, friendship that you're willing to be vulnerable, willing to open your heart and your life to, and are pursuing that connection. With that infinity symbol again, beginning of cycle, end of a cycle. Maybe your relationship right now is in a little bit of a bumpy road, encouraging you with that vulnerability, that transformation, choices. And choices, let me clarify what I'm receiving is it's not always that something has to end. It could be choices on how to reconnect, how to improve a relationship, to allow that harmony to be present, to allow that deeper connection. So what I'm sensing is just your souls take flight together, which allows that deeper love to happen. With this one as well, just that ability to be authentic. What armor do you need to shed? What mask do you need to take off so that you can be your authentic self, to be willing to allow others to see you for who you are? And what I'm sensing again is that self-acceptance and self-love. That is such an important piece in our relationships. If we can't love ourselves, we are going to have a very difficult time loving others. If we cannot be as content as possible in our skin, then we are not going to be able to be content with someone else in our life. And if we are, it's usually temporary, because then what's on the inside of us begins to come to the surface. And then often, if we don't address it, spills over to that other individual. With this as well, I'm seeing in the middle as the beauty that's there, but what I'm also receiving is on the flip side of harmony is this a karmic connection? A karma. I keep hearing that. And there's a need to clear that out. Disconnect from that. Make that choice. So maybe you've been denying that. Maybe you are fearful to acknowledge that it is that. This card here is definitely calling you to look into that, to be open to clearing that out. Next, I pulled, or received, I should say, cards from the Love Oracle. And our first one is Mask. Interesting. And it says, not showing true feelings, hide, personify, pretend, delude, and gaslighting. Interesting. Very interesting, because I think I just said mask, armor, need karma. So authenticity. Are you not showing your true feelings? Are you avoiding them? Are you avoiding that you need to clear out or disconnect from this relationship, platonic or romantic? Are you hiding from that? Are you pretending? Do you have that mask on where you are just pretending you're going through the motions in a relationship? And what I'm sensing is that even a relationship? Because if it's not healthy for you, it's not going to be healthy for the other individual either. If we hide behind our mask, hide behind personas, hide behind what society thinks or expects, we delude our love. We delude our ability to be open, which in and of itself calls question to, or brings question to, is this even a healthy relationship? Next, we have wedding rings. Union, wedding, married, soul connection, eternal love, everlasting promise. Wow. And that's coming through when we had the 1111, here the 29, and here the 56 for that twin flame. So if you're looking, if you've presented that question, is this person my twin flame? There is information here that could confirm that. Here, wedding rings, union, soul connection, which is that twin flame, eternal love, everlasting promise. If you've asked the question of, will I marry this person? This card could confirm that as well. That twin flame, that deep connection, that ability to have your souls and heart connect so deeply that they fly together when that connection is ignited. Union, it could be that in a friendship, maybe not, fully to that wedding, but just you're wondering if this friend is one to invest in, to give time to. This here could confirm that as well. What I'm sensing when I have these back to back and touching both of them, are you so involved in wanting the ring, getting the ring, and now the wedding, that you have neglected seeing that there may be a mask, yours or the other person's? Maybe you just want that ring, you want the wedding so bad that you have denied true feelings, whether it's your own or the other individuals. That definitely, as I touch the two, is coming through very strongly. So if it's applying to you, I know it may be difficult to hear, but it is a strong message. All right, and our last card from the Angel Oracle decks. If you've asked a question, this deck is very good for potential answers. And so this one says opportunity. And you can see here from the angel, there's just gold and glitter coming from her heart, her spirit. So looking at this card here, there is positive energy for an opportunity. So have you asked a question about the timing of love? if you are pursuing a relationship, a friendship, there is opportunity here. There is positivity for you. And I'm sensing, considering the factors of, is it healthy for you? Is it safe for you? Is it an opportunity for you to be your true self? Is there acceptance for you? If you have answered no to any of those, it's caution. There's caution here as well. There's consideration, a decision that may need to be made, contemplating it, seeking wisdom, opinions of others. Also, when I look at this with the gold coming from the heart and the mind, I'm definitely receiving the doors open. So if you've presented a question, this could also indicate that the door is open for movement forward. I hope, my friends, that this has been a reading that you've been able to connect with on some level, that it has provided insight for you. Again, if there's information that has not connected, please feel free to let that go. As always, friends, light and love to you.